Adriana, are you there? This is your old friend Abigail. Long time no see. Huh? Abigail? I guess I forgot to block your number, so I'll go ahead and do that now. Bye-bye. Now, hold your horses there, Adriana. Are you actually still upset at me for everything that happened 8 years ago? And on an even more serious note, do you still have things going on with your ex-boyfriend that I stole from you back then? Gross. That guy was from all the way back in high school, Adriana. But I guess those were the best years of your life, huh? That's sad to think about, really. That's not it at all. I'm just upset still by the fact that you stole my ex-boyfriend back in the day, but neither of you told me until senior year, and then when I found out, he left me for you. So why would I have any interest in that guy after what you both did to me? Oh, right. Well, whatever then, I guess. And anyway, right now, what I've come to talk about has nothing to do with that drama. And what's that? I heard that you're married now. And what about that? Well, it just so happens that something went on at the class reunion from half a year ago. And? How does the class reunion have anything to do with the fact that I'm married? Your husband came to that class reunion. Really? Well, at the time, I heard that the two of you were married while he was there, and I just wanted to let you know that I might have to steal another man from you. And at the time, I wasn't able to find you anywhere at the reunion to tell you. But I guess it's already too late, because everything went exactly as I said. So that class reunion and me being married, what do they have to do with one another? So I'm saying your husband is now my man to keep. No. Because my husband has never gone to any class reunions. Huh? And even if he did, he wasn't in the same class as us, so he would have never been invited to the event in the first place. Wait, are you starting to freak out already? I'm sure realizing that I have now stolen 2 men from you in your lifetime is a pretty hard fact to swallow, but come on. You shouldn't lie to me about where he's been. I'm not lying, though. All right. Then I guess I'll get all my facts straight and show you that you're lying. I know that at the event, I took your 7 figures a year man and brought him back home with me for the night. So I'm really sorry for stealing your man again. A salary of 7 figures? I'd really like it if you guys hurry up and get divorced, please and thank you. I'm still confused by who you're talking about right now. All right, I've already told you everything you need to know. See ya. Wait a sec, Abigail. I'm back again, Adriana. This is the gal that's been having a very romantic relationship with your husband, Abigail. What? I can't believe how amazing a man your husband really is. It's already awesome having his income of 7 figures, but the way our love matches each other so well, it must mean we have been destined to be with each other forever. So I think it's about time for you to divorce him and leave for me. And that's why I said this before. My husband was not in the same class as us. Whoever you're talking about right now has nothing to do with me and is for sure not my husband. Who even is the guy you're on about? You already know his name, so I'm not going to go through the trouble of saying it for you. Well, if you don't tell me who he is, then this conversation is going to go nowhere. Well, if I have to. His name is James. James? I don't really know who that is. Well, I guess there was one guy named James in our class, but to be honest, I can't even remember what his face looked like. Oh? Are you trying to act dumb for me now? There's no way a wife would ever be forgetting her husband's name like that. Well, that's why I'm saying that I don't know who that guy is, Abigail. My husband does not have that name, okay? Fine, then why don't you tell me your husband's name then? Well, even if I tell you, you won't know who he is. Oh, so you're too afraid to tell me. So in other words, your husband is James. Fine, I'll tell you. My husband's name is Leo. Leo? Really? Leo? Yeah, that's my husband's name. And I'm sure you don't know who he is, right? Hold on, Adriana. I think I see what you're doing here. And what do you think I'm trying? I get it. I'll play along and believe you. Man, this is so crazy after all. Abigail? Well, if you're just going to keep playing dumb and lying to me, I'll have to change my tactics and find a different way to get him out of your hands. Tactics? Well, I'm going to get going now. See you again! I'm back again, Adriana. I have finally come to tell you that this is my last time saying this, but your husband is all mine. I know that last time I asked you for your husband's name, right? And I know that I didn't make any mistakes about who he really is. Well, it did take me a little time to do my research, but I even found out that he will be making $1.2 million this year. So you really must be pretty afraid of letting go of him now, huh? A salary of $1.2 million next year? I'm still a little lost on who you're talking about this time. James? Really? Well, because you told me the name of your husband, I actually left that James guy and came after Leo instead. No, my husband does not make that kind of money in a year. Wait, are you saying he makes even more than that? Awesome! That's even better for me! That's really not what I meant by that. James was a great guy and all, but his older brother Leon, bringing in so much money, makes him way better. Leon? I made sure to change my target to him so that I'd be stealing your husband. Well, Abigail, that guy is also not my husband. Excuse me? Well, my husband is from Italy, and he has no brothers, and his name is just Leo. What? So I think you misheard me or something and took that for Leon. I guess I should have been a bit more forward that his name was just Leo and it wasn't just a nickname. Wait, huh? And because of the way you've been mistaking these men for my husband, I had to ask a high school friend about all of this. That James guy's wife is actually Adrian, and yes, she was going to the same high school as us, but she didn't come there until junior year and wasn't even in our class either. What? Adrian? She just moved back to her hometown 4 years ago and then 2 years later married James. What? I'm sure that you've been confused by that too, and so I have to ask, did you really mishear her name and think that you were looking for Adriana instead of Adrian? Because it's a stretch, but I can see how you got confused by our names. This was all based off of what my friend told me, but what do you think? Seems that things are starting to all come together now, huh? Well, when I heard that James's wife's name started with an A, I thought it was you again. I see. Well, I know that you didn't ask for me to tell you any of this, but just to be sure, my husband is actually from Italy and has been living in America for a while now. So that's why I was saying there's no way he'd have been invited to a class reunion here in the States. And there would definitely be no way that he'd know who you are and you him. Well, that doesn't matter. I'll start going after Leo for real now. What? Up until now, I've been holding back all this time, and it seems everyone has been making me feel stupid. And after stealing your ex-boyfriend back in the day, I have had the drive to come back and steal more from you. If I can't get your husband as my own, then I'll never be satisfied. Are you a frickin' idiot, Abigail? What? Have you ever heard of the words court and settlement? What? Why are you bringing that all up? Well, the two guys that you've been messing with, James and Leon, well, both of them have wives right now. And so what? I don't care. It's not my fault that I'm the most sexy and amazing girl around that is able to get any guy she wants to like her and sleep with her. But that has nothing to do with what I'm saying. What? Even if you are able to get either Leon or James to be with you, it doesn't change the fact that you go around stealing different men from their wives, which makes you the worst of the worst when it comes to women. I mean, you even just bragged about sleeping around with different men that you stole away from their own family. And, well, I'm just saying that you are worse than a woman, even worse than most witches and crap. What are you getting at? I think you're in the position to receive a whole lot of complaints from a lot of women, and soon to follow a whole lot of settlements that you'll have to pay up. Listen, what you've been doing recently has been a whole lot of really bad crap. And what's even worse is both of those men were mistakes while you were trying to find my husband. You really are a dunce, Abigail. And that's really all you are. What's this all about? You're just pissed because the girl that stole your man years ago is back for more and you can't stop her. I told you before that I'm not upset about you having the ability to take other people's partners, especially over the stuff that happened then. I'm more just troubled by the fact that you think this is all okay and that now you're going after married couples like that's the same as just stealing an unmarried couple's man. You need to shut up a little. All this talk about me being in the wrong is really going to rile me up. Are you serious? I just told you all of these things, and yet you still don't see how deep of a hole you dug yourself? Me? I'm in no hole. You literally just had an affair with 2 married men. If their wives find out, you will be screwed by a lot of settlements. You have to understand that that's not a good thing, right? Oh, I see. Well, those 2 wealthy men will already be there, ready to pay for whatever I owe. No, I don't think so. I think that those 2 have already lost their jobs and the money they said they'd be making. Huh? They were fired? Well, I heard that both Leon and James were working for Adrian's father's company. But he will find out about the 2 of them cheating with you, so... he will? Yeah, well, he already has, actually. I told you that I'd be telling all of them about this, didn't I? Well, I told both of their wives just a second ago while we've been texting. You're kidding. And we even started talking about how the 2 of them were about to open their own businesses linked to the company the dad owns. But since you were so focused on trying to steal my husband, you didn't stop to think about the harm that all of your stupid games caused for everyone. Stupid games? I guess it was also those husbands' faults as well for going out with you, so maybe this was all just a little too unstable to begin with, their relationships. But maybe they'll come marry you after having lost everything. But that would mean you'd have to choose between one or the other. Right now, I am coming over to your house. Huh? Right now? You told me that your husband Leo is a foreigner, right? That'll be even better than either of those 2 jobless losers. So I'm coming over to your place right now to steal that man of yours. So tell me your address. Do you need to go see a doctor or something? I swear there is something seriously wrong with your brain right now. What? Well, even if you did have my address somehow, I'm not even in America at the moment. About a year ago, Leo had finished his business agreement working for a company over here in the US, but since that ended, we both moved back over to his hometown in Italy. Italy? And so, now that you'll be all caught up in the court system trying to pay off all of those soon-to-be-made settlements, I doubt you'll have the time or money to make your way over here. How much will those settlements be, you think? Well, at least over $100,000 total, and that's if they go easy on you. $100,000? Did you seriously not think about how much people can ask for when going against the person that ruined their relationship? I just thought 300 or 400 or so. Man, you were way off, huh? Well, this is all what you asked for by going after 2 brothers that worked together under the company of their wife's husband. But then they shouldn't need this kind of money from me, and I don't have nearly enough. Well, that's not going to be my problem now, is it? And to think you were so confident in your skills of being able to steal other women's husbands that this simple punishment for those crimes went right over your head. But soon you'll understand just how many people you hurt and what's been coming for you for a long time now. So, after that conversation I had with Adriana, the rest of the story really started to unfold. She didn't realize it at the time, but things were already spiraling way out of her control. Not long after our talk, both of the brothers reached out to her, and this time they weren't holding back. They told her flat out she had ruined them. Their careers were in shambles, their reputations destroyed, and the worst part, their wives had found out about everything. It wasn't just angry words or accusations anymore. It was real, and the fury that came next, well, Let's just say Adriana was nowhere near prepared for it. Each wife ended up hiring a lawyer, and soon enough, Abigail began receiving notice after notice about the court actions being taken against her. The first round of settlements was brutal, between defamation claims, emotional distress lawsuits, and even financial damages from the broken marriages. She was already in a deep financial hole. But the story didn't end there. Oh no, not even close. Once everything started surfacing, more skeletons came crashing out of Abigail's closet. After the initial court hearings and the settlements were finalized, word got out. That's when it really blew up. Apparently there were 3 other men, yes, 3, who came forward with almost identical stories. Affairs, lies, manipulation, even attempts to get them to leave their wives under the same false promises. Each of those men's wives filed their own lawsuits as well. Suddenly, what started as 2 ruined marriages turned into a statewide scandal. The local news picked up on it, then the regional outlets. Before long, there were articles online about her, calling her the husband collector and other things I won't even repeat here. When the news made it to me, I could hardly believe what I was hearing. I'd known she was trouble, but I didn't realize the scale of the damage she'd caused over the years. It's wild to think she'd been going around doing this for so long and nobody had ever stopped her. Until now. In the end, the combined total of all the settlements and legal fees practically buried her alive. She owed more than most people make in a decade, and unless she somehow wins the lottery or invents a cure for some rare disease, I don't think she'll ever be able to escape that financial hell she created for herself. And honestly, I don't even know what to say anymore. It's insane just how far she took things. She didn't just wreck her own life, she brought chaos and heartbreak to so many other people, and for what? Attention? A power trip? Some sick thrill from stealing men who were already taken? I'll never understand what goes on in the mind of someone who treats other people's lives like pieces in some twisted game. I still remember how smug she was when she tried to flaunt her affair with my husband in front of me, like she was proud of it. She wore it like a badge of honor, and now I wonder how she feels waking up every morning knowing her face is attached to headlines, lawsuits, and ruined reputations. It's poetic, in a dark kind of way. And as much as I try not to dwell on it, sometimes those memories come back to me, and I shake my head wondering how someone could fall so far and still keep digging. But at the end of the day, there's no point in obsessing over her mindset. Even if I understood what made her tick, it wouldn't erase the damage she caused. I just hope that somewhere along the line, reality sank in. Maybe all those court losses taught her something. Maybe not. But if nothing else, I hope her downfall sends a clear message to any man foolish enough to cross paths with her in the future. As for those 2 poor brothers, yeah, it's a mess. It's honestly ridiculous how things even got to that point. All because one of their wives shared a first initial with me, and the other husband had a name kind of like mine. Adriana claimed it was all a misunderstanding, like she meant to seduce me and accidentally got the wrong guy. What kind of excuse is that? It's laughable, really. And now, they're both unemployed, both divorced, and both have pretty much lost everything that mattered to them. Their wives want nothing to do with them, and who could blame them? I can only imagine how furious their parents must be. 2 grown sons brought down by the same manipulative woman, all because they let their guard down and forgot what loyalty meant. Whether they'll recover or not, I have no idea. But something tells me it won't be easy, and they're going to carry the weight of this disaster with them for a very long time. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story. Neil, long time no see. I heard you're actually planning to show up to the reunion, huh? Can you even afford the transportation costs to get there?
Huh? Oh, Alice, it's been a while.
Wait, what do you mean, oh, Alice? You act all high and mighty like you're someone special. How gross.
Look, knowing you, I'm guessing you're only messaging me because you thought it'd be funny that I'm actually going to the reunion for once. But don't get your hopes up thinking something exciting is gonna happen.
Well, sure. When the organizer showed me the list of attendees, I was like, wait, seriously? And then just on that note, I thought, why not message him?
Oh, so the organizer is one of your old followers, right?
Your existence has never been interesting to me, but making it amusing is my specialty.
Sounds like a rather wasteful talent in more ways than one.
Oh, you're actually answering back? Since when do you think you're in a position to talk to me like that?
Position?
Do you really think someone like you, a broke loser, has any kind of standing? I always thought you didn't come to previous reunions out of respect for your position, but now it seems like I was wrong. I'm kind of disappointed.
Look, Alice, it's been almost 10 years since we graduated from high school.
So what?
Yeah, sure, my family was poor because my dad's been sick. On the other hand, you were one of those popular girls at school, a gal, always at the top of the school caste system. But now that we're adults, you're still holding on to that and looking down on people? Is that really okay?
Huh? What are you talking about? I'm not even bringing up the whole school caste thing, you know.
Oh, really?
Because here's the thing, no matter how much time passes, being poor means you stay at the bottom of society. So the hierarchy between you and me is still the same as it was back then, and it'll stay that way, now and forever.
You haven't changed a bit. I think you need to reconsider that way of thinking.
What are you talking about, acting all high and mighty? A broke bottom dweller like you shouldn't be defying me.
Sorry, but I'm actually with someone right now.
Huh?
Excuse me, I have to go.
Hey, don't just end the conversation on your own. Hey! Well, for today, I'll let it slide. But you better remember this when the reunion rolls around. I'll make sure to give your pointless existence some value myself. Look forward to it, all right? Hey, Neil.
Oh, hey, Alice.
So, about that message I sent earlier.
Earlier?
Don't play dumb. Wait, no way. Don't tell me you actually want me to say it again. Is someone feeling flattered, a little full of himself because he got a love confession?
Confession? What are you even talking about? I don't remember ever talking to you directly, not even once.
Oh, come on, you don't need to act like that. Whatever, I'll say it again. And this time I'll put it in writing. Since it'll be saved in your messages, you better read every word carefully and cherish my feelings, okay?
Huh?
I like you. I want to take you home with me tonight.
Excuse me?
You did say we should sneak out after the reunion and have some alone time, didn't you?
What the hell are you talking about?
Oh, come on, don't go playing innocent now.
You've always talked down to me, ridiculed me every chance you got. You were downright cruel back in school, so what's this sudden change of heart?
Okay, here's the truth. I've actually liked you for a long, long time. It's just, I didn't know how to say it, so instead I acted the opposite. I was mean because I didn't want anyone, including you, to see how I felt.
Right.
But when I messaged you the other day, I realized I couldn't keep doing that. I couldn't keep pretending. So I worked up the courage to be honest. I want to start over with you, build something real. Please, go out with me. And if you say yes, well, tonight I'm all yours. You can do whatever you want with me.
Wait, anything I want?
Whatever you want.
Got it. In that case, nice to meet you. Looking forward to tonight. Just kidding. I know it's a lie. You weren't exactly subtle.
What?
It's a punishment game, right?
Huh? What are you talking about?
Rachel told me.
Rachel?
Yeah, on the way to the reunion, she saw you and your little crew at the train station. Apparently, you were all playing rock, paper, scissors. She said she heard someone shout, "Loser has to confess to Neil," loud enough for the whole platform to hear.
Seriously? Ugh, so Rachel overheard that. Figures. She's always been such a goody two-shoes. Of course she'd run straight to you and tattle.
She's not exactly a fan of games like that, especially when they involve dragging someone else into your humiliation.
Fine, you got me. Yeah, it was a punishment game. I was the one who came up with it, actually. I didn't think I'd lose, but hey, karma, I guess. So I confessed, half-assed and awkward. Whatever, at least you didn't take it seriously. That would have been worse.
I see.
Still, though, even knowing it was fake, you can't tell me you weren't a little happy. I mean, when's the last time a girl confessed to you, huh?
Actually, I've been confessed to before.
What? Wait. Are you seriously counting my punishment confession as a real one? That's kinda sad.
No, I meant someone else entirely.
What?
Back in high school, Rachel confessed to me. We dated for a while.
You're kidding. Rachel, that strict as hell, rule-enforcing robot who patrolled the halls like a prison guard, she confessed to you?
Yep, about half the class knew. You must have been in the half that didn't.
And you seriously expect me to believe she made the first move?
Check the reunion list, remember? You said you looked at it earlier.
I did.
Then you might have missed something important. Rachel's last name? It's the same as mine.
Wait, are you saying...
We're married. Got a kid, too.
What? Hold on. This whole thing, this stupid punishment game. I just confessed to a married guy? Oh my god, that's beyond humiliating.
Kinda makes the punishment feel real now, doesn't it?
Shut up! You looked like you were enjoying it, so don't act so smug now.
Here's the kicker. Before your message, I don't remember being confessed to at all.
Huh?
I never made it to the reunion. Something urgent came up. I'm on the train right now.
Wait, you're not even at the venue?
Nope.
Then who the hell did I just confess to?
Rachel's at the reunion. She said she saw you in the corner of the room approaching some guy who was glued to his phone. You told him your confession, right?
Yeah, he had glasses, looked kind of nerdy. Same vibe as you used to have, so I thought.
That was Seth.
No. Please tell me you're joking.
Nope. Rachel said ever since you confessed, he hasn't stopped staring at you. He's apparently grinning and watching your every move.
Oh my god, no. No. Anyone but Seth.
That bad, huh?
Of course it is. He's a full-on delusional creep. Back in school, he latched onto anyone who so much as looked in his direction. Once he picked a target, he wouldn't stop until they either dated him or changed schools. The rumors were terrifying.
I remember hearing some of those, yeah.
You've got to help me.
Not sure what you expect me to do. I'm on a train.
You should have skipped work today.
I couldn't. I'm in the middle of heading to a major meeting.
What kind of job doesn't let you skip one reunion day?
I run my own company.
What?
I'm the CEO. Started it 6 years ago. Took a while to build, but now it's on stable footing. Things are going well.
Okay, wait. New plan. Forget everything I said earlier. That was all nonsense. Let's pretend the punishment game never happened.
Oh?
Yeah, I mean, if you're a CEO and married to a super serious girl like Rachel, maybe what you really need is someone different, someone fun, someone like me. I'd make a much more exciting wife, don't you think?
I swear I'm holding in a laugh so hard right now I might burst.
Huh?
No offense, but haven't you confessed to me? That's the real punishment.
Excuse me?
I'm serious, this whole thing is hilarious. Like, I'm fighting for my life, trying not to burst out laughing in front of my team.
You are such a jerk.
Says the girl who came up with a childish punishment game to mess with someone's feelings. Sorry, not buying your act.
But...
Look, I've got to go. We're pulling into the station. Whatever disaster you created with Seth, that's your problem now. Good luck.
Wait, you're not even going to help me?
This has nothing to do with me anymore.
No, come on, don't leave me like this.
Anyway, gotta run. Bye now. The class reunion turned out to be quite a battlefield. Alice, misunderstanding the situation and thinking her confession was genuine, was taken aback when Seth, who had always been quick to fall in love, decided to make a surprise marriage proposal right there at the venue. Seth had never been one to understand jokes like these. He was the type of person who took things seriously no matter how absurd the situation might be. His love for Alice had been real, and when he heard her confession, he took it as an honest declaration of affection. The confusion and tension in the air were palpable as he stood up, took her hand, and announced to everyone that they were now engaged. Alice, taken completely by surprise and unable to escape the situation, found herself swept along by the momentum of Seth's enthusiasm. There was no time to process the events unfolding around her. The next thing she knew, she was being whisked away from the reunion by Seth, who was beaming with happiness, not knowing the extent of the confusion that had led them to this point. He didn't even pause to let Alice explain, dragging her along as if she were already his bride. It wasn't long before they found themselves in a hotel room together where they spent the night. Alice, overwhelmed by the surrealness of it all, was left speechless and unsure how to react. She had never expected things to escalate so quickly, let alone end up in such an intimate situation. But Seth was already celebrating, oblivious to the fact that Alice had never intended for this to happen. The following morning, things didn't improve. Alice, still in a daze, found herself face to face with a beaming Seth, who greeted her with a wide grin as if everything were perfectly normal. He was a completely different person now. His earlier, somewhat awkward demeanor had shifted into one of smug confidence. Seth was smiling ear to ear, and Alice, who was still processing the events of the night, could hardly believe what was happening. Seth didn't give Alice any room to argue. His mind was made up. He was determined to make her his. Without allowing her the space to think, he led her to a nearby registry office. He didn't care that they had only been together for a matter of hours. The speed at which he was moving was part of his thrill. Alice, still reeling from the shock of it all, found herself signing papers alongside him as though she had no control over the situation. In what could only be described as a whirlwind, Alice and Seth had entered into a marriage contract. A half-day romance turned into an official union. The rapidity of it all made Alice feel like she had no time to breathe, let alone think. The moment she signed the papers, the reality of her new life settled in with a heavy weight. She had gone from a reluctant participant in a joke to a legally married woman in the blink of an eye. As she tried to piece together what had happened, her mind raced with confusion and disbelief. She had never imagined her life taking this turn. Seth, on the other hand, was utterly thrilled. He wore the expression of someone who had won a great prize, his eyes gleaming with satisfaction. He didn't seem to notice or care about the internal turmoil Alice was experiencing. In fact, his attitude seemed to suggest that everything was going according to plan. His plan. The next few months passed in a haze for Alice. She found herself trapped in a situation that she hadn't chosen. She couldn't tell anyone the truth that this had all been a mistake, a result of a punishment game gone horribly wrong. It was hard to admit that she had been coerced into something so important, something so life-altering, because in the eyes of the world, she had gotten this. She had agreed to marry Seth, and now she was bound by that decision. The most surprising twist came 3 months later. Alice discovered that she was pregnant. The news hit her like a freight train, and suddenly the stakes of the situation became much higher. She couldn't escape the reality that she was now carrying Seth's child. At this point, it was clear that there was no turning back. Seth, thrilled by the idea of becoming a father, was overjoyed. He made plans for the future as if everything were perfectly normal, while Alice struggled to come to terms with the life that had been thrust upon her. Though Alice had every reason to want to flee from her situation, she couldn't. The pregnancy changed everything. She couldn't simply say it was all a joke or it was a punishment game now. Those words would never be accepted as an excuse. The situation had gone too far. She was married to Seth, and they were about to have a child together. It wasn't just a joke anymore, it was real. Seth, on the other hand, was blissfully unaware of the turmoil Alice was experiencing. He was a man who thrived on control, and now that he had Alice exactly where he wanted her, he was ready to settle into a life of domestic bliss. He believed in his own mind that they were happy together. His warped sense of reality made it impossible for him to see the cracks in their relationship. For him, everything was perfect. But for Alice, things were far from perfect. She was now trapped in a marriage to a man she didn't love, carrying his child, and unable to escape the web of her own making. She had been forced into a life she hadn't chosen, and now she was bound by the consequences. She couldn't just walk away, not with the baby on the way. The thought of raising a child in this environment filled her with dread, but she had no choice but to move forward. As the months passed, Alice became more and more resigned to her fate. She learned to live with Seth's presence, to tolerate his dominance in their relationship. She had no other option. Her initial resistance faded as she adjusted to the reality of her new life. She had gone from a carefree young woman to a married mother, bound to a man who saw her more as an object of conquest than as a partner. It was a sad reality, but one she had no choice but to accept. By the time their child was born, Alice had come to terms with her new role. She wasn't the same person she had been before. She was now a wife, a mother, and someone who had been forced into a life she hadn't chosen. As she looked at her child, she couldn't help but feel a pang of regret. She had once had dreams, hopes, and plans for the future, but all of that had been swept away in a series of unfortunate events. Now she was stuck in a life that she couldn't change. Despite all the pain and regret, Alice did her best to provide for her child. She cared for the baby as best she could, though the reality of her situation weighed heavily on her. She couldn't escape the feeling that she was living someone else's life, one that had been dictated by a series of events she hadn't been able to control. But she was determined to raise her child the best she could, even if she wasn't sure what the future held. Seth, of course, remained oblivious to Alice's internal struggle. He continued to act as though everything was perfect, as if their marriage was exactly what he had always wanted. For him, the world was simple. He had won, and Alice was his. But Alice knew the truth. She knew that she had been coerced, manipulated, and trapped. She couldn't shake the feeling that her life had been stolen from her, and she wondered if she would ever find a way to escape the life that Seth had created for them. As the years went by, Alice remained in the marriage, now a mother, now a wife, still carrying the weight of the choices she had never made. She had no choice but to keep moving forward, even if the life she was living felt like a prison. She had been forced into this life, and now she was trapped, bound by the consequences of a decision made in haste. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Wade, dinner's ready. Are you seriously not coming out of your room again? Hey, answer me.
What the hell? Quit messaging me, will ya?
I'm only texting you because you never answer when I talk to you through the door. What else am I supposed to do?
God, you're so annoying.
Wow, you really just called your own sister annoying?
Whatever, just leave the food outside like always. I got a major raid starting now. I don't have time for this crap.
Wade, seriously?
Not answering anymore. Deal with it.
Unbelievable. You're almost 30, still holed up in that room like some kind of shut-in. Do you ever plan on getting a job, or are you just gonna keep mooching off mom and dad forever? You know what? This is ridiculous. You sit in that room all day, glued to your computer screen, yelling at strangers on your headset like it's some kind of career. It's not. You haven't worked in, 5 years now? Thank you for today, Brad.
Hey, Cam. No, thank you, and, well, I should be the one saying thanks. I know you couldn't give me an answer to the proposal right away, and that's okay, really.
Still, I'm sorry. You put your heart out there, and I just froze. I didn't mean to leave you hanging.
It's fine. I kind of expected that you might need some time. I figured it probably had something to do with Wade, right?
Yeah, it's always Wade, isn't it?
Still no sign of him wanting to turn things around?
Not even close. He won't work. He won't even come out of his room unless it's to use the bathroom or take a shower. I have to leave his meals outside his door like I'm feeding a stray cat.
That's rough. Sounds like not much has changed since you first told me about him back when we started dating.
It hasn't. I'm hoping it will, but I don't even know anymore.
You know, in high school, he was the top of the class. Everyone thought he was going places. Teachers, classmates, even me. He had that spark, you know? That intensity that made people believe in him.
He did.
Then he got sick the morning of the college entrance exams, couldn't go in, and just collapsed under the weight of it. Didn't even try again, just shut down, disappeared into that room.
Yeah, it was like he just gave up on life in a single day. It broke something inside him, and none of us knew how to fix it.
I get it. I really do. I'm not blaming you, Cam. Your parents, they're getting older. They probably don't have the energy to fight with him anymore. And you're the only one who still pushes back even a little.
I try, I really do. But when he's screaming through the door or when he ignores me for days, sometimes I feel like I'm just shouting into a void.
And I know he's not small either. He's a grown man. If he ever snapped physically, I imagine that thought alone must be exhausting to carry around every day.
Yeah, it's scary sometimes. He's still my little brother, but I can't protect him or reach him anymore. I don't even know if I ever could.
Well, I want you to know this. I'm here. We'll figure it out together. I don't expect you to cut ties or make impossible choices overnight, but I don't want you to carry it all alone anymore either.
Thank you, Brad. I mean it. Even just being able to say this out loud, to be seen, that means more than I can explain.
You don't need to explain. Just take your time. We'll find a way through it, one step at a time.
Wade! Hello? Wade, answer me! You're seriously ignoring me again? Typical. Wait a second. You actually came out of your room for once, and now I see the safe is open? You took the $10,000, didn't you?
You, Cam! Just letting you know I'm heading out for a 4-day trip to Los Angeles. Peace!
Wait, what? An event? What are you even talking about?
It's this new game I got hooked on last month. They're holding a big in-person event in LA, and guess what? My favorite character's voice actress is going to appear in every single panel. This is a once-in-a-lifetime thing, Cam. I have to go. So yeah, I'll be using that $10,000 as my spending money. Later!
Are you kidding me right now? That $10,000 isn't your money. Mom and Dad have been saving that up for years for their first trip together in forever. They pulled it out in cash just last week so they could make a one-time payment at the travel agency. Give it back now.
Nah, I don't feel like it.
Wade!
Relax, would ya? I mean, it was going to be used for travel, right? All that's changed is who's going on the trip. Instead of them, it's me. So technically, the purpose is the same. What's the big deal?
The big deal is that you're stealing. If you want to go on a trip, earn the money yourself. Get back home right now and return that cash to Mom and Dad before they find out.
Yeah, I think I'll pass. Bus already left, sis. You're too late.
You selfish little...
Come on, lighten up. It's not like I used it for drugs or something. It's a wholesome little birthday getaway. After all, I'm turning the big 3-0 this week. Just think of it as your adorable little brother's birthday gift.
No one in their right mind would give someone $10,000 as a birthday present. Especially someone who doesn't work, does not contribute, and refuses to even eat dinner at the table.
Hey, I'm just redistributing family wealth, baby. What's theirs is mine, right? That's how family works. Anyway, off I go. Time to meet my waifu in person.
Wade, you better turn around this instant.
Too late! Woohoo! LA, here I come!
Brad, do you have a moment?
Yeah, of course. What's going on?
It's about Wade. I wanted to talk to you, ask for your help.
Sure. What happened?
That plan you mentioned before, the one you said you and your father had worked out, I think I'm ready to go through with it. Can we start tomorrow?
Tomorrow? Are you serious?
Yeah, I know it's sudden. Is that too short notice?
No, not at all. Actually, I already spoke with my dad about it a while ago, just in case this day came. We've been prepared to move as soon as you gave the word.
Really? Thank you. I feel bad suddenly dropping this on you.
Don't be. I'm honestly relieved. If you're finally ready to start the plan, that probably means your parents are too, right? That they've accepted it has to be done?
They have. We talked last night, and yeah, they finally see there's no other choice. Honestly, I thought it would take longer to convince them, but something happened that changed things.
What happened?
Wade, he stole 1 million yen from our parents, their travel fund, the money they'd been saving for years for a special trip to celebrate their 60th birthdays. He took it without asking and ran off to attend some game event in Los Angeles. All because his favorite voice actress is making an appearance.
You're kidding me! That money? They've been talking about that trip forever. I remember you saying it was their dream.
Yeah, they were going to finally take time for themselves, and now he just helped himself to the entire fund like it was nothing.
That's beyond selfish. That's theft.
Exactly. I didn't want the trip to be ruined, so I paid the travel agency myself to cover the loss, but $10,000 all at once, it stung.
That's not a small amount, Cam. And after everything you've already done for Wade?
I know. I just couldn't bear to see our parents suffer because of him again. But this was the last straw. He's crossed a line you don't come back from.
You're right. He's depended on you and your family for far too long with no remorse or responsibility. It's time. We're not being cruel. This is necessary. And I'll be with you every step of the way.
Thank you, Brad. Really, I mean it.
We'll have everything ready on our end before morning. Make sure you and your parents go through with the preparations we discussed. Once we start, we can't turn back.
Understood. And thank you again for all the support, for not turning away when things got messy.
You don't have to thank me, Cam. This is what family should be. People who actually care enough to say, enough is enough. Cam, open the damn door! Cam, I'm talking to you! Open it!
Yeah, welcome back. So?
You changed the locks, didn't you? Open this door right now!
That's not going to happen.
What the hell do you mean it's not gonna happen? If you're out somewhere, just hurry up and come back!
I'm not out anywhere, Wade. I'm home. My home.
What?
And, well, there's no point dragging this out, so I'll just say it. Dad, Mom, and I, we moved.
What?
We sold the house, put it on the market, and finalized the sale last week.
Wait, hold on. What? You what? You sold the house? When the hell was anyone planning to tell me this?
You've heard me say it before. If you didn't take steps to become independent by the time you turned 30, I wasn't going to hold back. I told you I would force change if you wouldn't take action yourself. Well, you turned 30, didn't you?
So you just left me behind like I'm trash or something?
Yes, that's exactly what happened.
You've gotta be kidding me. You're actually serious?
Do I sound like I'm joking?
This is cruel!
No, Wade. This is consequences. You laughed off every warning. You ignored every attempt we made to help you. You treated our home like a hotel, your family like servants. You stole our parents' hard-earned savings and blew it on a voice actress fan event like it was your personal piggy bank. What exactly did you think was going to happen?
You can't just throw me out like this!
I'm not just throwing you out. I'm making sure you have nowhere left to run. You're going to have to stand on your own now, just like the rest of us have been doing for years.
You're insane! Tell me where you moved to! Give me the new address!
No.
Cam, seriously, you can't do this! I'm your brother!
Right, and as your sister, I've covered for you, cleaned up after you, fought your battles, and sacrificed my peace of mind for over a decade. And what did that get anyone? Nothing but more excuses from you.
You're making a huge mistake!
You already made the mistake. We're just cleaning up the damage.
So what? I'm just supposed to sleep on the street now?
We're not heartless, Wade. I may be done enabling you, but I don't want you to be homeless either. That's why you're being relocated.
Relocated? What the hell does that mean?
It means we've arranged another place for you to go. A transitional housing facility with job training, counseling, and, yes, strict rules. It's time for you to face reality.
No way! Hell no! I'm not going to some boot camp for losers!
Well, you don't have a choice. Your luggage has already been sent there, the facility knows you're coming, and the transport to take you there should be arriving any minute now.
Cam! What the hell is this? I thought I was just being dropped off at some company dorm or something, but then this huge jacked guy forced me into a work uniform and shoved me into the passenger seat of a semi-truck, and now we're on the highway? Where the hell am I even going?
Oh, nice. Sounds like your first work shift has already started.
Work? Wait, who the hell is this truck driver who just silently nodded when I got in and started driving like I was luggage?
If I had to guess, that's probably Brett.
Brett? Who the hell is Brett?
You remember Brad from high school, right? Quiet guy, wore glasses?
Wait, Brad? That nerd?
Well, whether he was a nerd or not is irrelevant now, because he is your new boss's son, so I'd watch how you talk about him.
What?
Still not catching on? Let me spell it out. You're now officially employed by the logistics company owned by Brad's father.
What?
That place you were taken to before the truck ride? That's the employee dorm. Your new home. You live there now.
Live? You mean I'm stuck there?
You don't have a commercial license, so you're starting as a truck driver's assistant. Kind of an apprentice, riding shotgun, learning the ropes. It's apparently a pretty unusual hire, wouldn't have happened without Brad personally vouching for you, so you might want to send him a thank you letter.
Hold on! This is insane! Why is Brad even involved in all of this?
Oh, did I mention? Brad and I are getting married today.
Wait, what? You're marrying Brad? Since when?
It's been almost 3 years. We just kept quiet because I didn't want it to be about you.
3 years?
Yeah, he proposed a while ago, but I couldn't say yes right away.
Why not?
Because of you, Wade. Because you refused to stand on your own. Because I was the only one in the family bringing in steady income, and if I left, who would cover your freeloading? Who'd stop you from bleeding Mom and Dad dry?
That's not fair! I mean, I didn't spend that much!
You blew over $1,000 a month on game microtransactions and online merch. Then you stole the entire travel fund Mom and Dad saved for their retirement trip and spent it chasing a voice actress to Los Angeles. What part of that sounds even remotely okay?
I didn't think it was that big of a deal!
And that, right there, is why I couldn't move forward. Because you've been a 30-year-old child with zero grasp of money, time, or responsibility. But when you took that $10,000, something finally snapped. Mom and Dad realized they had to stop enabling you, that if we didn't act now, you'd take them down with you.
What's gonna happen to me?
That's up to you now. But if you want answers, ask the man sitting next to you. Brett volunteered to be your supervisor.
Supervisor? Like my boss?
Your trainer, technically. He's going to show you how to earn your own way, something you should have been doing years ago.
But this is way too fast. I'm not ready.
That's the point. You weren't going to ever be ready, Wade. Not until someone pushed you into the deep end. You're not the only person whose life matters. Mom and Dad shouldn't have to work until they die because you can't grow up.
But I can't just do hard labor all of a sudden.
That's how bad it's gotten. You're not being punished, Wade. You're being rescued. You want to fix things? Start by earning back that $10,000 you stole. Not with words, with actual work.
But this is too much!
You've never faced consequences before. Of course it feels like too much, but this is real life. And trust me, the moment you get that first paycheck and realize it didn't come from your family's pity, something in you will start to shift.
Cam, please!
I've said everything I need to. Oh, and I'll make sure Brett knows you're thankful. He didn't have to do this, you know, but he believes you can change.
I can't believe this is happening!
Believe it. Welcome to your new life, Wade. And hey, congratulations on graduating from being a shut-in. After that, I continued to receive messages from my younger brother, but for the time being, I blocked him. Until I could get a clear sense of things, both my parents and I decided it was best not to meet with him. Brett, who became my brother's mentor, may look like a tough, muscle-bound guy with a scary appearance, but he's actually very caring and has a knack for using both carrots and sticks effectively. He's had success in the past when helping people like my brother, people who were reclusive or had a rough background, turn their lives around. According to Brad, who keeps me updated on my brother's situation, while the work might be physically demanding for my brother, it seems he has really taken to Brett's guidance. He even refers to him as Master now, which I never thought I'd hear. It's surprising, but it seems like this job might actually suit him better than I expected. Though I know I shouldn't get too comfortable. Hearing that he's showing signs of improvement has brought me some relief. At least for now. It seems like my brother might be starting to find some direction in his life. It's a small glimmer of hope, but it's enough to make me feel somewhat reassured about the future. It's strange to think about how much things have changed in such a short time. My brother, who used to waste his days away, seems to be learning discipline and responsibility under Brett's watchful eye. Even though I still don't fully trust the situation, there's a part of me that's cautiously optimistic. Perhaps, just maybe, there's a chance for him to pull himself together and start making better decisions. Brett's role in all of this has been invaluable. I've watched him take on this challenge with a level of dedication and patience that I honestly didn't expect. Despite his intimidating exterior, Brett seems to have a real gift for guiding people who've been lost or stuck, helping them see their potential and grow beyond their mistakes. It's clear that he doesn't just want to see my brother succeed. He genuinely cares about helping him change. But it's still early, and I know there's a long road ahead. I can't let myself relax too much, but for now, I'm thankful for the progress that's been made. It's a small victory in the grand scheme of things, but sometimes small victories are all we need to keep moving forward. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story. Sadie, you're going to be free tonight, right? We're having a little get-together for drinks tonight, so please come around 8 p.m. at this place. Hey, Sadie, do you mind replying to me? I'm sorry, I was just having a meeting at work. I'm not going to be able to make it tonight. Sorry. Huh? You, of all people, are going to act cocky like that? Well, you're asking me to go out with you all at 8 p.m. tonight, and it's almost 5 already. I'm sure once you get out of work today, you're just going right home to watch TV all night, right? If it's something that you really want to watch, just record it and watch it later. Actually, I have plans to meet with someone else tonight. And when it comes to that little get-together you're throwing, it's meant to help find you someone to date, right? Every time you invite me out, you always say it's to have drinks or it's a class reunion, but in reality, every time it's been in order to help you find a man, right? Well, if I said they were all meant to help me find a man, you would never come, right? Well, I don't have a reason to go. You just bring me to those events to use me as someone you can bash on, thinking that'll help you find someone. All that does for me is embarrass me. Listen, Sadie, I'm just trying to be a good friend by showing the both of us around to some men, in the hopes that the both of us end up with husbands someday. So, if anything, I'd like you to thank me for doing that all the time. Well, it's never fun for me, though. Well, because you're supposed to find someone after me. I want you to sit beside me and take the crap I give you, and then once I've gotten myself the man I want, you're free to go find yourself one. Honestly, it's best this way because I help make you look more attractive. Let's be real here. You're a very basic woman with not that many features that men want. So by having me as a friend at all these events, I'm practically handing you a power-up that you can use. Sorry that you're just that out of touch with the man-hunting game, that it makes you feel bad when you have to sit next to 100 like me. If you don't have more friends like me around you, you know the loud and crazy type, then men are never going to notice you. Well, I don't like any of that, hence why I don't want to go anymore. Oh, come on now. Back in elementary school and back in middle school and back in high school, I was always there by your side helping you find boys, right? And when it came to the high school beauty contest, I was there helping you win. I really never liked to stand out that much, though, so you forcing me through all of that was awful. But because of me, you became pretty popular, right? I'm not so sure about that. Well, anywho, I've already gotten some people together to go out to that matching party, so I need you there. You have no other choice now but to come. Tonight, I have a lot of fighting spirit, and I don't want it going to waste. You always have a lot of fighting spirit, though, when you go to those things. But today's different. Today, a really popular comic artist is going to be there, and he has sold millions of copies of his latest series. A comic artist? Right now, his most popular series is being made into a TV show, and he's been in all sorts of magazines. He's so popular that I bet most of the people we hang out with know him. And today, I'm planning on making that man my best friend, and hopefully something more in the future. One of my other friends that happens to know him personally said they'd introduce me to him as well today. Mandy, are you even interested in things like comic books? Not really. Comics are for nerds, right? I don't think that's a good way of looking at it. Right now, comics and movies and shows based on them are a big deal. And they make a ton of money with their collectibles and toys as well. Yeah, I don't really care for comic books, but I do happen to care for money. Money? Being a famous comic artist doesn't just get you all the attention, but the money as well. The fact that he has a TV series in the making right now based off his comics tells me he's in for another large paycheck. I am sure everyone is going to want to watch his series, and once that's over, movie producers and people like that will be flooding to him to ask to make more movies and material off his comics. And what's even better about him is that since he works on comics all the time, he's most likely never out of his house for anything, meaning that once I've made him mine, there will be no other women that can get to him, right? He is the #1 person that I need to be getting married to right now. I wonder. But if you both don't share some of the same hobbies, I'm not sure things will work out in the long run. You're a real idiot. That's why you still haven't found a man to marry yet. The most important thing when it comes to marriage is money. And the other most important thing is someone that will give you space. I want a man with lots of money who is too focused on his work to be bothered with me. Then what you're wanting is not a partner, but someone you can get money from without having to really do anything with them? Really, I think you're better off finding yourself a bank or something to do that for you. That's 100% correct. The man is supposed to make the money in order to make his woman happy, and in return, her being happy will keep her around him longer. Understood? In other words, I'm going to get myself that walking pile of cash who calls himself a comic book artist today. If I'm able to make things work between him and I, then my life will be set forever. Well, if that's what you're doing, then I really can't go. I already have plans, and I really don't care to be your wingman or whatever anymore. And I think after today, you can just stop inviting me to go out with you all together. Now, I have some work to finish up on, so that's it from me for today. Hey, Sadie, what the hell is going on here? You turned down my invite to come with me to find ourselves some men to go on a date with your fiancé? She told you? And from what I heard, he seems to have a lot of money. There's no way you found a man like that. I told her not to tell you yet because you'd be a pain in my butt about it. My mom would never keep quiet about something like this. I guess so. She's always been the type who can't keep her dang mouth shut, always spilling the beans about everything and anything in order to create drama. Now, you tell me about this fiancé. I'm getting married, Mandy. I'm not messing around right now. Who said you could get married before me? Is that a bad thing? It sure as hell is. I should be the one getting married before you. I don't think there's ever been a set path for who gets married first, though. I've also been shown a picture that my mom took. He is way too good looking for a plain loser like you. And that wristwatch he has on, that's one of those insanely expensive ones, right? She took a picture of us? She took it in secret. You're kidding me. She'd do something like that? So, is it true that you're planning on marrying that sexy man? Well, that's what he and I have been talking about. We haven't chosen an exact date for the wedding, but we're wanting one soon. Where will it be happening at? As of right now, we're thinking of having it in Hawaii. Hawaii? Both of us don't really like to stand out all too much, so we've been looking for a place that's away from everyone. There we can have just close friends and family come, and that will be enough for us. And since this is a once-in-a-lifetime thing for us, we decided we want to have the wedding at a nice, secluded resort for all of our guests. So you're going to be getting married before me, and to add salt to the wound, you're having the wedding in Hawaii? Do you really think it's okay to be that stupid? Because to me, it sure as hell is not okay. Winter, that fiancé of yours and that wedding, you give both to me right now. Huh? What are you talking about? I'm saying that I'll take your place for you. He has enough money to throw a wedding in Hawaii, right? And when looking at his face, there is not a thing wrong with it. He also has a good sense of fashion based off the clothing he had on. A man with that kind of high-brand expensive clothing on would do so much better with me as his wife. High-brand expensive clothing? Was the clothing he had on yesterday really that expensive looking to you? You really have no idea what's going on, do you? Everything he was wearing was all very high-brand fashion that is hard to obtain in this town. Hard to obtain anywhere besides in, like, New York City or something. Well, I never knew anything about that. But what I'm more concerned about right now is you asking me to hand over my fiancé when we only just got engaged. There's no way I'd let you have him, right? Back in high school, you gave me a boyfriend, right? You stole him from me. He was my first love, and you stole him. Then I guess I'll be stealing another of your boyfriends. What? Do you have any idea what you're saying right now? This is a lot different than a high school boyfriend. We are engaged right now. And it doesn't matter to me what your guys' titles are. It's far too easy to steal from you, so that's what I'm going to do. You cut that out. You need to go out and find a single man of your own to get at one of those parties or whatever the hell you've been doing. Stop bothering me with all your crazy ideas. And the most recent party was a bust. That comic artist that was said to be coming never showed up. And at the stage we're at now, all the men that show up to those parties are all useless to me. So I'm done trying to find myself a husband there. What the heck? So now that my mom was kind enough to tell me about your fiancé for me, I'm clear to go and get him. Thank you for finding him for me. It's a lot easier to just steal men from someone else than it is to go to those matching parties. Wait a second. Right now, my fiancé and I are in a very important and busy part of our lives, so stop trying to ruin this for us. Sadie, are you doing all right? I'm sure you're not, though. I was able to steal your fiancé after all, and right at this moment, he's in this room with me. And it wasn't just him that I was able to get, but your wedding that's in Hawaii as well. Sorry about that. Huh? I'm having my wedding right now here in town, though. What? What are you talking about? Your fiancé is literally sitting right beside me now. Actually, I want to know what you're talking about. I was just out on stage with my fiancé a second ago getting married, and we're preparing for the dance now. Hold it right there. What is going on here? Honestly, I'm not sure myself. A little while back, you were going on about how much you wanted to steal my fiancé from me, but for the past 3 months, nothing has been happening between us. I just assumed you gave up or something. Wait, what's this about having your wedding right now in town? You should be having the wedding in Hawaii, right? I suppose we did want to have the wedding out there, but I had a lot of people asking to come to my wedding, and since the amount of people wanting to come would be too many for the Hawaii-based location, we ended up having the wedding here. There is a famous person at this wedding after all, so it makes sense that a lot of people would want to come to it.
Famous person? Who?
My fiancé. And actually, the vows are already over with, and we handed in the marriage papers yesterday, so I really should be calling him my husband now.
What famous person?
The comic artist that you were saying everyone knows about.
Huh? Comic artist?
You do remember the time I told you I got hired to work for a publishing company, right? And the most recent series that he got started on happens to be published by the company I work for, and I manage the publishing for his work. When the comics start going out on shelves, the one in charge is going to change, but as of right now, I'm the one that oversees all the work done to help create the actual published material. But that's not all I've been working on, as I'm also helping him with getting his comic series turned into movies.
You said that I said everyone knows him? Is he Cartman? Cartman McNeils?
That's him.
He was the man who was supposed to come to that party to see me!
Right, and when I went out to dinner with him that night, he told me all about you.
He told you about me?
He said something along the lines of one of his friends wanting him to go to this matching party to meet a woman his friend knows, but of course my husband said no to that. He's actually told me all about how once he became famous, there have been all these people inviting him to parties trying to get him hooked up with someone, and of course every single time he said no to them. And that's why on the day you were expecting to meet him, he said no to the invite because he had plans with me. Not like he was going to go there in the first place, though.
Wait, then that means the picture my mom took of you guys. The guy that's sitting right next to me is...
Now that you mention that, I think I know what's happened. On that day, I had met with two different men. I had dinner with my now husband, of course, but there was this random man that came to the restaurant before my husband arrived.
Are you telling me that the man sitting next to me is...
That's the random guy, I think. Well, he's not random to me anymore, but at the time he was. He so happens to be my husband's fashionable older brother. And he has a lot of borrowed money he's currently dealing with at the moment. My husband didn't end up inviting him to the wedding today, so that's why he's currently with you.
Older brother? And he's dealing with lots of borrowed money now?
On the day of our dinner date, he came in to talk with me about how he's the man I would be dating's older brother, and that he needed our financial help. He knew about me being a publisher and tried to get me to start buying his own comics that he was making.
Comics?
He's always been a bit artistic as well when it comes to comics, but unlike his younger brother, he really sucks at illustrating and writing stories. So after reading just one of those comics he was asking me to buy, I told him it was a no. He was told the same thing by many publishers, actually, but he never gave up and soon went into major debt because he would never work a job, instead sitting in the house all day making those crappy comics.
He's never told me about how he makes comic books, and he sure has not told me about his debt. Anytime we've gone out on dates, he's always paid for me.
My husband's older brother had been married once before, and while he had a wife, he went to making comics because he noticed his younger brother doing so well from them. So with this dream of making loads of money himself doing what his brother did, he quit his job and started to draw and write. However, he spent all his time trying to make comics that he stopped spending any time with his wife and baby. So not too long after that, his wife took the baby and left. And ever since then, he's just been digging and digging and digging himself into a deeper hole of debt.
You're lying, right? I never heard anything about all of that. He was married and he has a kid?
He has been trying to live a life of lies, and that's why he buys all that really high-brand clothing. And if he were selling his comics instead of just continuing to write garbage, he'd probably be okay right now. But he hasn't been doing that, and instead keeps borrowing money to fuel his desire to buy every single piece of branded clothing. Mandy, you're going to marry him?
Hell no, not with a man like him. I don't need a man that can't become my bank.
Well, I'm planning on cutting ties to you soon. But if you get married to my brother-in-law, then we're going to have to continue being around one another a lot more than I'd like. So if you can, please break up with him right now.
Are you really married to that comic artist? You went and took my dream from me, and he chose to marry you over me? Why? I should be the one right now married to him, not you. Had my mom not taken that picture at the wrong time, I could be there getting married to him.
It's actually really crazy that with just one picture, you were able to find my husband's brother and start to date him.
My mom told me that he left the restaurant before you did, and so she followed him out and asked for his number. She told him that she wanted to introduce him to a good friend of yours.
Aunt Deborah really did it this time, then.
That's why after seeing the photo my mom showed me and the number she handed me, I gave him a call.
So your mom thought that because he was sitting down with me at the time she was there, that he was my boyfriend, even though my actual boyfriend was running a little late? And seeing him walk out of the restaurant before his younger brother came to have dinner with me, she must have thought my boyfriend was heading home, and that's why she went and got his number? Your mom just made a minor mistake is all then.
That's right, one minor mistake. I haven't done anything wrong here. She was the one who made the mistake, and I only started to go out with this guy because of that mistake.
But you were doing all this with the intent of stealing my boyfriend at the time, right? In the end, there was never any problems for me, but I now understand what you've been after completely. And this only proves that you haven't changed from the Mandy you were in the past, who always treated me like trash. Now that I've been able to clearly see that you're still a terrible person, I can gladly say that I'm cutting ties with you. I actually need to do this before you start to actually cause trouble for my husband and I.
You can't cut ties to me that easily. I am one of your best friends, and we've been together forever.
You might happen to know where my parents live, but you don't know my address, right? So, goodbye forever now. Even though Aunt Deborah had been the one pushing for all of this, she ended up kicking both Mandy and her boyfriend out of the house. Mandy had tried to break things off with him, but he refused to let her go. He needed her financially just to get by. Now the two of them are stuck living together in a small rundown apartment, where he's spending what little money she earns to keep working on his comics. The problem is Mandy doesn't have a stable or high-paying job, so their income is barely enough to cover the basics. She's struggling, trapped in a situation she no longer wants to be in, with someone who's clearly using her. It's a sad turn for someone who once had big dreams, and now seems weighed down by someone else's dead-end ambitions. Aunt Deborah washed her hands of it, and now Mandy's left to deal with the fallout. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.